Right. Oh my days. Yes, as Bingo Bango just put in the chat, third attempt lol. I don't know what was happening. The first stream wasn't working properly. Second stream equally wasn't working properly. I have no clue. Absolutely no clue what just happened there. I apologize to everyone, but yes, now this is the official start now of the stream. Hopefully I'll have no more problems. I apologize once again. But yes, welcome back to Quick Crypto. Yeah, we've got some, again, some very bullish to talk about in this stream. Oh gosh, that's aggravated me so much. You have no idea. That's the first time I've had an issue doing this stream, and I mean, it was bound to happen, right? But that was so jarring. I apologize so much. But yeah, anyways, welcome back to the stream, and now it's starting. We have some updates, right? Some big updates regarding, Kaspa, of course, crypto in general. Some updates from the Binance, live that's been happening. I've not had a chance to listen to all of it yet, but we've got some, bullish things to listen to regarding Nicholas Sismil and what he said about Kaspa. Some very promising things incoming. And again, with Fed Chair Jerome Powell, who's just made an announcement regarding the need for a policy adjustment. So we're going to talk about this all in this stream regarding, what was said and ultimately where this could lead us in the market. Because I've been stating for the past, week or 2 or 3, even now 3 weeks, that with rate cuts, we have potential and are likely to see a correction in the market, a further downtrend. And I was asking my community yesterday, my free Dickle server community, that what's a chance that other people have been saying as well that we could actually see this being the start of the bull market. And both are possible. And I'm going to explain pretty much as I can, explain the reasoning as to why we could see positive price movement and negative price movement. And it really just depends on, this what happened in the market, right? We're going to talk about it, as a collective, all of us, and to make a prediction in that regard where we think it might go. But yes, I apologize. Yes, the stream's now starting. Good morning, Thomas. Third time to charm, damn straight. The Binance interview was great. I can't wait to listen to it myself. I've heard a few good things already about it, and it makes me very bullish because I've got the first time Kaspa's actually on Binance's actual page. Binance's actual page, the actual Twitter page is Kaspa. So that's the first time. That's a very big thing to look out for. But yeah, welcome also to the stream. Technical difficulties, don't sweat the small stuff. Exactly. Ultimately, what does it matter? Because in the long term, maybe I'll have someone else work for me and doing this all for me. Who knows? But yeah. Anyways, without further ado, we're going to get into the headline of the stream. Fed Chair Jerome Powell confirms crypto reversal incoming. He does to an extent, but obviously it's a bit of a clickbait title, but I'm going to explain why right here. So, as we can see, the European markets are higher ahead of Powell's speech. Hugo Boss was up 4.8%. This is, before the speech happened, so a lot of the markets were starting to react to the potential of what Jerome Powell was going to say in his speech. And then we had him, announce very recently that he indicates interest at rate cuts ahead. The time has come for policy adjustments. So Fed Chair Jerome Powell laid the groundwork on Friday, so today, for interest rate cuts ahead, though he declined to provide exact indications on timing or extent. So we don't know exactly when it's going to happen, and we don't know exactly how, severe, let's say, the rate cuts are going to be, but we know they should be coming in September most likely. So yeah, we can go through the whole article, or simply put, we got the thanks to the Kobe SC letter, who's kind of a brief summary of it, basically his remarks to date, which he stated that the time has come for the Fed's policy to adjust. The Fed will do everything to support the strong labour market. The Fed does not welcome further weakening of the labour market. Confidence has grown that inflation is heading to 2%. Balance of risk to Fed mandates has changed, and inflation has declined significantly towards the goal. The Fed pivot is officially here. So it looks like it's ultimately very good news to see that. We're seeing the rate cuts come in, and it seems like the Fed in America are now trying to finally save what this situation that is right in this right now, save the situation they've kind of caused. We can see that after the announcement, the S&P 500 rose 1.5%. After he said the time has come, which is also very good news. We can see again in the crypto market, Bitcoin is up 1.3% now at 61k. Kaspa's up 1.89% at 16.2 cents. All the markets up, some tokens more than others. There's still the outliers here and there, but pretty much the whole market is looking green now ahead of this, which is very, very good. Very, very good. But we're going to get into both sides of things. I don't want to be biased or anything. We're going to get to both sides of things, but I still think that this doesn't guarantee good news. Right now we're seeing, positive sentiments in the market, positive momentum, but I think it's kind of a double-edged sort of, it can go either way, basically. Because ultimately, you've got to keep in mind as well that the reason rate cuts are often issued, we can see here, this is the article back from, January 2024, beginning of this year, but it's kind of indicative of what's happening right now. Rate cuts support bull case in Bitcoin, but there's a catch. Rate cuts do support bull markets in crypto, but there's a catch. That is what I've been trying to reiterate to people the whole time. We will see a bull market with rate cuts. It will happen, but there will most likely be a reversal. There will be a reversal, but most likely there will be a further correction beforehand. So we scroll down further enough, we can see historically the Fed has resorted to rate cuts only with recession at the doorstep. That has led to forward-looking markets treating rate cuts as a harbinger to bad news and seeking safety in the US dollar. So that's the reason mainly for rate cuts. It's when the United States economy has just got to such a bad state that they're like, okay, recession's looming, we need to stop this from happening, so we're going to cut rates. But people know that rate cuts are only issued when there's a recession looming, so they just get worried and they just take it out on risk asset market like crypto. Recession has constantly followed the onset of easing cycles over the past 60 years, according to data tracked by investment banking firm Piper Sandler. The sequence often occurs because the Fed tends to overshoot by raising and maintaining high interest rates for longer than necessary, inadvertently stifling economic growth. Rate cuts usually come into play only when the economy is visibly declining and unemployment is on the rise, and by that point, a recession is typically inevitable. So that is effectively what's happened right now, and at this time round, it's actually one of the worst we've been in. Like, that's what it's what I've been talking about in my Discord server, my free Discord server. Everything's just bugging out today. Wow. My whole Discord, my free Discord server, we were talking about this all yesterday night as well. About, I'm linking it in the chat if anyone wants to join it. But we talk about how right now the economy is actually in a very, very bad state. It's a very, very dire state. And even though rate cuts do normally cause a reversal in the market, we normally will see further worries and FUD growing before we see that reversal. Again, we can see this in the chart here. A reminder what happens to stocks when the Fed pivots and lowers rates. Historically, time and time again, for the past 60 years, we've seen rates are issued and we see correction. 36, 48, 29%, 50, 50, 35, and we're in a very, very bad predicament right now. We can see in this article from CNBC. A recession is coming in the United States and a few rate cuts won't prevent that, says a strategist, right? So, contrary to what many believe, investment research firm BCA Research sees that the economy is on the cusp of a recession and the predicted upcoming US federal rate cuts will not be sufficient to steer the market out of it. Because every single one of us right now believe that there's going to be a recession. And that's exactly the opposite of what the market believes. So the point being is, the point he makes is that the economy is slowing down, and including what he called the deteriorating US labour market. So obviously we can see in what Jerome Powell was talking about, he's talking about they're trying to support a strong labour market and they'll not welcome a further weakening of the labour market, but it's already in a dire situation. The US Unemployment Department reported that the unemployment rate has inched to 4.3% in July, to its highest since October 2021. Look what happened last time. Around this, rate cuts in 2019, but 2021, this is the highest it's been in 3 years. We are in a very, very, disastrous predicament. I'm not trying to spread fun. I'm not trying to be, the bearer of bad news. I'm just trying to keep you informed. I'm not trying to, keep you worried. My point being is that the market right now is in a very, precarious situation. And as a result, these rate cuts, which were long overdue and should have happened much, much earlier, they're coming in now, but chances that they'll be able to save the economy is to be determined, right? I think it will, but it won't be like what I've heard other people state, where we'll see rate cuts are coming in now. As soon as they're issued, we'll see the market just go up. I don't think that'll be the case. I personally believe that when rate cuts, but right now we're seeing some positive sentiment in the market. It might continue this way leading up to when the rate cuts are issued. And then when the rate cuts are actually issued, that would be the sign of, okay, come back down a little bit, because rate cuts typically are a sign of the economy weakening and a recession looming. That's the only time the Fed do this. And then after that, and after the economies, it's recovered a little bit, the Fed printed more and more money, the global liquidity increases higher and higher, then we will see the reversal and a much, much higher pump. And the most volatile pump yet, with the election also being just 2 months away now. There's a lot incoming. So that's the market believes the Fed fund rate at the end of this year will be 3%, and it's currently at 5.3. So as was stated, the confidence is growing that inflation is heading to 2%. Like we'll see quite a significant rate cut. 2% would be great. Apparently, according to this article, it says 3. But again, this sort of stuff won't happen unless of a recession. So it's kind of a weird predicament we're in right now, where ultimately, as this article states as well, rate cuts support bull cases, but there's a catch. That's ultimately the message I'm trying to spread to you all right now. Rate cuts do lead to a bull market, which is very, very good for us, because we're crypto investors, we're in early, we want to make as much money as possible. But unfortunately, history has shown us time and time again there's a catch to it, and the catch is that we will see a correction in the market first, followed by the bull market. So that means September could be, what I've been saying, I said it in my stream yesterday, September could be a very interesting time for crypto, because we will likely see the start of the actual bullish momentum. I mean, saying that, we're technically already in the bull run. The fact that Bitcoin's at 61k, it's made a new all-time high, I would classify this as a bull market to an extent. Obviously, I've heard other people state, and I agree, that the bull market officially is meant to start 9 months before its peak. So, beginning of 2025 effectively. But the fact that Bitcoin is sitting, 61, whereas previous all-time high was at 69k, is already very, very good news. So when the market turns, which is going to be turning in the next month or two at this rate, then I believe we'll start seeing a lot of bullish momentum where Bitcoin will make higher highs, and it will, push towards, 150, 250. I saw something on my homepage earlier. I'm not sure I can find it now. It was apparently Michael Saylor stating that he believes Bitcoin can reach 250k. Now that would be nuts, and I find that quite hard to believe personally, if it does reach 350k. But at the same time, it's just another sign that we're in a predicament. We're in a situation right now where there's a lot of demand for crypto. Institutions are getting in more and more and more. The fact that RF Kennedy Jr. had actually just withdrawn from the presidential race, and the Trump campaign announced a special guest in today's rally. So it looks like Trump and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. are actually joining together as the pro-crypto candidates to try and, become elected next. And they'll both work together to help innovate crypto, which is, equally very, very interesting. Ultimately, I said I'm not trying to get too political with everything. I don't really mind if it's Kamala Harris or Trump that gets in power right now. I just want it to be pro-crypto. And from where it stands right now, Kamala Harris does not seem to be very pro-crypto, despite what she says. She seems to be the opposite of that still, whereas Trump seems to be that she's very inclined to want to push crypto. So that is also quite good. We'll get these articles as well, talk about institutions as well, and we'll get back to this as well. But ultimately, we'll get back to this as well a little later on when some more people join into the stream as well. But again, I wanted to just try and bring it to people's attention that when people are saying that the rate cuts mean the start of the bull cycle, they're right, but they're wrong. In the sense that they're right, there will be a bull market, but we will likely see a reversal coming in soon, especially with a recession coming out. If the recession doesn't happen, there's all the possibility that the recession doesn't happen. If it doesn't happen, then we may just see higher highs, and that would be great. I would love for that to happen. But at the same time, with the current predicament of the market being, unemployment rates being as high as since October of 2021, 3 years ago, and the gauge of US manufacturing activity fell to an 8-month low in the same. It's like it's really struggling right now, the US economy, and the job department, everything. It is really struggling. So in that regard, the chances of recession seems to be growing, and therefore rate cuts will eventually save it, but it'll take a lot for that to happen. That's also why That's also why the Fed are printing so much money right now, to try and stabilize the economy where they can. Interview was good, but man, to the needs people with high energy giving out information. Amazing info, but a struggle to watch. Yeah, I mean, I'll look forward to listening to it when I get the chance to. And speaking of which, we'll get into it very, very quickly as well now. Well, I say very quickly, we'll get into it now. So obviously, Binance put on their official Twitter page, mark your calendars, join us for the Binance live session with Kaspa to explore the coin's potential in Binance mining pools. First post on Binance's official X Twitter page, which is very, very big, and showcases the inevitable switch, right, to getting the T1 listing on Binance, the biggest exchange in the world, which would be absolutely nuts. I'm sure absolutely nothing, just Nicholas Sismill and Kaspa hype man being Wolfie just casually chilling with Binance's crew, no big deal. Again, just to reiterate to those who are maybe new to the space, Nicholas Sismill is the former head of research of Binance US. Not Binance US, but point being, he is someone who was paid to be, just like Dr. Martin Heisberg, Uphold Director of Research, someone who's paid to have accurate predictions on the market sentiments. He's the same person. And he's meant to be doing it for listings as well, so he's trying to find the good projects to list. So he's joined Kaspa's team, and now he's talking with Binance about Kaspa. And he's the guy that's meant to be paid to be finding good projects to list for Binance US. That's very, very good to see that in general, that he's part of Kaspa's team. And if we didn't know already, the Binance team reminded the audience that they have not got a spot Kaspa listing yet, insinuating that they might have planned to do so in the future. And I mean, that much for me seems kind of, maybe not evident, but very, very likely. Very, very likely. The fact that Binance has futures and now a zero fees mining pool, I think it's, in due time we will see a spot listing, and I think we'll see it before the end of this year, honestly. And actually, I did get this quick clip. It's a 2-minute video, 2-minute clip. I'm going to quickly play it for everyone so we get an idea. This is what Nicholas Sismill is explaining why Kaspa is one of the best during the Binance. So he's explaining it to Binance. People who are listening in, why Kaspa is the best, and how Kaspa has the potential to. Well, he mentioned something at the end of it regarding how Kaspa will be able to overtake Bitcoin by 2029, I believe. So we'll have a listen to that right now. I'm going to get this set up for you. Hopefully I have no technical difficulties again.
And Bitcoin tried to function like a medium exchange, but it fell short of this because it's slow, cumbersome, expensive to handle high settlement speeds that match fiat, for example. I have a little joke. I call Bitcoin the boomer coin because of these reasons. And also, it's just impossible to develop a layer 2 for Bitcoin to function as a medium exchange, maybe for DeFi, but not for it to function as a form of money, because in order to do this, you would need to fundamentally change the properties and function of proof of work consensus. You would need to make proof of work fast without compromising security or decentralization. And essentially, you would need to solve the blockchain trilemma. And for people that don't know, the blockchain trilemma is to have a base settlement layer that achieves security, decentralization, and scalability all at the same time. And there's a coin that does this. There's a block DAG. It's not a blockchain, it's a block DAG, and it does this, and it's Kaspa. So because Kaspa has solved the blockchain trilemma, it has also achieved the world's first perfect form of money. It has all 3 characteristics of what money can be. So it's a store of value, it's a unit of account, and it can process transactions at speeds that match fiat, and it can become a medium of exchange. Not only that, but at Kas Media, we have a great data analyst, and she was able to calculate that Kaspa will eventually have the highest stock to flow ratio in history, surpassing Bitcoin, and this should occur around 2029, thereby making it the hardest form of money in history as well.
Definitely, and also like its unique block DAG architecture that makes it suitable for various applications and low confirmation times. That's actually very interesting.
So that is just a small snippet from the Binance Live that happened earlier, and I'm looking forward to listening to the whole thing myself. But the takeaways from that effectively is, again, of course, Nicholas Sismill, he obviously now works for Kaspa, he works for Kaspa, so he will be bullish on this project. But I will struggle to find it now. I know I will, but I know for a fact, I've been covering Kaspa for a very, very long time, that Nicholas Sismill made a made an article, a 30-minute article, Medium page, on the blockchain trilemma and how Kaspa solved this before he worked for Kaspa. So he was already bullish on Kaspa before he even worked for Kaspa. And obviously he's talking about it, and he talked about in this, in this live to the Binance audience about Bitcoin shortcomings, of course, and the fact that it's impossible for layer 2, it's possible for layer 2 Bitcoin, so it can no longer be a form of money. But Kaspa has the perfect form of money due to its trilemma solving, being decentralized, scalable, and also secure, and it being very, very fast. And due to their analysts for the Kaspa Media team, Kaspa will have the highest stock to flow ratio by 2029, making it the hardest, the most secure out of all of them. So it will surpass Bitcoin in that regard by 2029, which is very, very impressive. That's only 5 years away from now. Should this, continue in the fashion it's going on right now, which is again very, very bullish, and that means that come the next bull cycle, Kaspa could absolutely blow everyone's minds, well and truly blow everyone's minds what's happening. So it makes me very, very happy about where Kaspa's direction is going and what's happening in the future. And also with imminent Kaspa listing for the likes of Kraken, Binance seems to be on the cards as well. We're probably going to see a lot of bullish momentum coming for Kaspa and for the crypto in general, but Kaspa very, very soon. Good day, Beebs. Good day, future crypto millionaires. I choose Kaspa. I choose Chump. Yeah, I mean, I choose Kaspa. I just choose pro crypto. I'm not too fussed who gets in power personally. With the election in November, do you think the Democrats and the Feds will make things look better than one would think, meaning we have strong markets, especially heading towards the election? I think right now, I'll be seeing it again on my homepage. I'll probably struggle again to find it, but I'll be seeing, up-to-date poll numbers come out regarding Democrats and, Republicans, regarding Trump and Harris. And right now, it looks like Trump has taken over again and is most likely to win. I know I saw a tweet as well from Elon Musk. He put out a poll saying, who do you prefer to get in power, Trump or Harris? And it was overwhelming in support of Trump. My point being is I think we probably will see an attempt by the Fed and by the Democrats to really push them to be the good guys coming towards the election. It's kind of indicative of what happens all the time. It happens again where in the United Kingdom where I'm at, the Tory party handled the COVID situation very, very badly. And they caused a lot of situations as well. And because of that, they, were not in favour by most people. And they now have been taken over by the Labour Party. But during the end of their term, they are trying everything they can to make themselves seem like the good guys. People will forget what they did. And Democrats will do the similar thing, I'm sure. It's the way they're going to try and keep in power. That's also why I believe they decided to bring Kamala Harris up as opposed to Joe Biden, because Joe Biden I think if Joe Biden was in power, there was no way he was going to end up getting it. Dem's going to get voted with Kamala Harris have a chance. Right now, again, I think what's going to happen right now for the next week or two, we will see again some more. I think we might see some continued bullish momentum for crypto in the next few days, leading up to the potential rate cuts, which could happen maybe on the 1st of September or maybe a little bit after that. And I think we'll see. I think we'll probably see. I can imagine seeing Kaspa just hovering around this region here for the meantime, and then after that, I think we'll then see the rate cuts come in, which will be the start of the bull cycle, but also won't, because it will be the sign of a recession looming. People will panic. People will then seek safety in the dollar, and we'll see a correction on this asset market like crypto. We'll see a correction probably come back down to here, maybe even lower, depending on how. It depends on when the announcement happens, when the rate cuts happen, and also the severity of the rate cuts. If the rate cuts are only like 0.5%, it may not do too much. If they're like 1% or 2%, then that would do significant amounts, and people will probably jump ship very, very quickly. Because if they're doing think about it, last month, Canada, the United Kingdom, Australia, Japan, I believe there are a few others as well, multiple countries cut their rates by 0.5%. If the Fed cuts it at the same time, at the same same amount, rate cuts, I don't think it'll be too bad. We might see a small correction, that'll be it. But considering how disastrous seemingly the market reacted when the Fed didn't cut rates. As much as it seems to stabilize now, it seems to on the surface stabilize, but I don't think it actually has. As again proved in this article, unemployment rate and everything else is going through the roof. The economy is not stable at all. I think we'll probably, let's say we see a 1% rate cut, I think we'll see quite a significant correction in the market, followed by a reversal. Again, I'm not trying to say crypto bull run's not coming; it definitely will come, but that's currently where my head's at right now. So yeah, that's honestly where I'm at right now. I think we will see a lot more incoming for crypto, and I'm optimistic where the next few weeks are going to lead us. I'm waiting. I'm still praying on a dip and a correction so I can then fill up my bags more. I want capital to go a little bit lower. I think there's still a possibility of doing so. So I'm just biding my time right now. Sorry, I'm just quickly again. Okay, so get back to the question, shall we? Mohammed, my man, welcome. How are you? I'm good, my friend. Hopefully you're doing well today as well. There's a new video that came out yesterday by Sensei Crypto, which Shai is interviewed amongst key Kaspa players. Yes, I saw that again linked in my Discord server. I'm going to shamelessly plug this again. I made a free Discord server. I think it was about 20. I think it was the beginning of this month. Same time I started streaming. I made a free Discord server where, in the span of two to 3 weeks, we have got 250 members. We're growing very, very quickly, and we have learned quite a lot already regarding market sentiments. And it's also a good way for everyone to keep up to date with Kaspa news. When I can't make a video or a live stream, I put everything I can in there as soon as I can. And also just general crypto knowledge. It's just a great place for me, at least I've learned a lot already. I think it's a great place for anyone just to build your knowledge, because knowledge is power, and learn more in the crypto space to find true crypto gems. So yeah, if you want to learn more, then feel free to join the Discord server in the chat right now, in the description of this live stream, and also it's on my YouTube homepage. But I have seen that someone linked it in my Discord yesterday. And unfortunately I was busy, so I haven't had the chance to watch it, but I did see Shah was part of the video, and I got it in my to watch later. But it looked like a very, very interesting video. But yeah, ultimately I think right now we are going to be, starting to see more developments in the crypto markets. Things are going to start gradually speeding up. Obviously, Kaspa's got its own things it's doing. KRC20, going to be launched in the next few weeks. 10 BPS is now going through its next few stages, so it should be released by the Q1 of 2025. We got Kraken, who state they're going to list Kaspa. They've got a spot listing secured already, so it should be coming very, very shortly. Binance having that first live and posting it, a listing for Binance is inevitable in my opinion. When is hard to determine. I think it'll be this 2024 this year. We'll have to wait and see. That was a great interview to hear from Nicholas Sismil regarding what Kaspa's doing, and how Kaspa is trying to take over the market to become this perfect new form of money. And then so much more that Kaspa building as well, Dagnite, smart contracts, everything else they're building. And I think right now what we need to remember as well is the composition of the market, right? So this post from Smoke, right, is why pay attention to the moves of institutions, right? Because the institutions for this whole time, and it's quite, if you look back at the market, it's pretty evident that's been the case. Right now, institutions are the one that have been leading this market. Right, we're at all-time high of 73k. That was not because of retail. That's institutional investment for Bitcoin ETFs. And we are right now in the middle of the bull market. We can see in this post, or at least I'll read it out. So we are in the middle of the bull market, but retail is yet to arrive. So far, the bull market is driven by crypto natives, so people who've been crypto for a while, like us, and institutional investors. Most retail users still need to arrive. People who are casual, who get into crypto in 2025, who get in late, they're not coming in yet. They're not in the space yet, and they won't be for a little bit. When that happens, then we're going to start seeing that surge in adoption, which will be early 2025, I'm sure, if not maybe late 2024, very, very soon. But right now we are at a all-time high levels, effectively, very, very high point in crypto, without the retail market getting behind it properly, and that's what we need to wait for right now. We're seeing it right now. The institutional dominance is a sign of the early stage of the bull cycle. Not to mention also this post. This post here comes from the Coinbase Asset Management. right? Institutions are defining a new bull market and investors are climbing the old wall of worry. The markets aren't wrong, but opinions are. So acting on opinions, investors are forced to adjust to market realities. Simply put, people, and again, it's not, a dig at anyone, but it's what I reiterate in my videos all the time. Don't be emotional, be logical. People in this space, when they're investing, when they have money on the line, by nature, everyone gets very, very emotional. And they just react, rationally, which I don't think is a smart thing to do at all, not in the slightest. And as we can, and that's what, even Coinbase is saying that. The markets aren't wrong. What's happening in the markets right now, there's nothing wrong with the markets. This happens every single time. Every 4 years when the bull cycle happens, at this exact same point, every single time, the markets act this way. The market will pump up, then we'll see a bear trap, and people think, oh, crypto's dead, let's get out of crypto, and then it will reverse. The difference is now we've got institutional investments. People thought, oh, we're not going to see a bear trap this time because institutions are here. No, the same thing as always. Institutions just help the initial pump of crypto. When retail comes in, we'll then see a much, much bigger pump. So all it is right now, we're sitting in a bear trap. We'll start seeing the reversal very, very soon. Rate cuts are coming in. We'll see a correction, in my opinion. I mean, again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm purely basing my opinion based on the research documents I've looked at and made a decision and a prediction on that we will probably see corrections followed by a then reversal. I do believe we're going to see a bull market. There's no doubt about that. But I think we're going to probably see a correction of sorts first before we see that reversal and then a bull pump. So, yeah, it's very, very, it's very hard to judge, right? And also very hard to remain logical in this space. I mean, I've been in crypto for 5 years plus that, and let me just say, it's not always been sunshine and daisies. Again, I kind of got in last bull cycle early on that, and I was, a crypto, investor, also to speak, or someone who likes crypto, looking at crypto throughout the whole bear cycle, the worst bear cycle in history. It is a very tough time to be a crypto investor, even now with the markets being at such a boiling point, at a tipping point. It's really hard to be so bullish on crypto. I get that, but I think right now we're in a predicament where all the catalysts, all the FUD and all the hate for crypto that happened from the Democrats right now, with the SEC, with institutions that were against crypto who have now, like, all this is now switched. We've seen it switch, and now we're going to start seeing when the policies are drawn out, when regulations are enforced, when again we're seeing developments with the likes of Russia, China, who are now accepting crypto mining. I'm pretty sure Russia are due to accept crypto payments and crypto mining on the 3rd of September. And what's good for crypto mining? Bitcoin and Kaspa. So that's equally a very, very big thing. We're starting to see a lot of acceptance for crypto across the world as blockchains incorporated into our new monetary system. And for that reason, that's why I'm bullish on crypto, and that's why, despite what happens in the market in the next month or two, in the long term, I'm still like, okay, well, what does it matter? I still think Kaspa's going to reach, $3, $5, if not even higher, depending on what comes out. So yeah, despite we've seen a lot of, positive price movement in the markets right now following Fed Chairman Jerome Powell speech regarding the time has come for policy adjustment. And again, we've seen it in Kaspa right now up 2.9%, 16.4 cents. He's talking about the need for it, and he's going to try and, save the labor market right now. And again, we're seeing it in S&P 500 as well. We're seeing a rise because he made it. Again, this comes down to FOMO, right? It's one of the most common things in crypto, in investing in general. You buy the rumor, you sell the news. The rumor right now is the Fed are going to cut rates. They're going to cut rates. And therefore people are like, okay, rate cuts leads bull market. FOMO, buy. And they're right. But again, as indicated in CNBC report, they laid the groundwork, but they declined to provide exact indications on timing and extent. So we don't know when it's going to happen. We don't know how severe it's going to be. We just know it's going to be a rate cut. But we don't know when or how severe. And also, again, as we showed, rate cuts do normally result in a bull market. That is true, but they normally result in corrections first. Again, going over this again, for those who are now joining later on, expected Fed rate cuts supports bull case in Bitcoin, but there is a catch. renewed rate cuts by the Fed have historically, so this is not like, as much as we're in a new predicament right now with, institutional investment being here for the first time ever, historically speaking, rate cuts are a sign of a looming recession. And this therefore triggers rotation of money out of on-risk assets, which includes stock markets, real estate, and crypto. People will seek safety in just fiat, in just the dollar. Like, again, just to go back down, recessions following rate cuts. Historically, the Fed resort to rate cuts when a recession is on the doorstep. This sequence often occurs because the Fed tends to overshoot by raising and maintaining high interest rates for long. We know that's happening. When the whole, most of the world were cutting rates. United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, Japan, they were cutting rates. The Fed and the United States didn't. They held on. And we saw this massive correction in Kaspa and the rest of the market. A crash. It was a 45%. Where's my price range? I think about 40%. Yeah, 40%. When from its peak to its bottom. Because the Fed didn't cut rates, and therefore Japan's yen started soaring against the dollar. Warren Buffett sold 50% of his Apple stock. It just caused a massive dilemma. And because they maintained it for too high for too long, and it inadvertently stifled economic growth. And they only come into play when unemployment on the rise. And we've been seeing, again, he talks about it. Talked about it here in this CNBC post about the fact that unemployment on the rise. Unemployment is 4.3% in July, and that's the highest since October 2021. That's July as well. We're not got the updates for it's very, very recent. So it's like we will end up seeing a bull run again. That's what this article states, that we will see a bull run. And what I was trying to get through, I say get through. We spoke about it, and we spoke about the possibility of there being a bull cycle, just straight after the rate cuts, and it's possible. And it does happen. Bull markets do follow rate cuts, but again, we can see recession looming of recession. Fed cut rates, bosh, come down. Right here, it's just data, charts proving history time and time again. When the Fed issue rate cuts, we see a correction, we see a crash, and then this follows by, some consolidation, and then a pump up. That's what will happen. So that's what I believe will happen this time around as well. I don't see, yes, there's institutional investment involved this time around. There's new sentiments happening, but I don't see why it would be any different. Fed's printing money to try and stem the bleeding. The global liquidity is at an all-time high. There's a lot of sentiment to prove that there will be a colossal bull cycle incoming, but at the same time, I don't think it's going to... again, it's just not financial advice, just my own opinion, but I do think that we are going to see corrections followed by the bull cycle. So that's why right now I'm just sitting back and watching the market. I'm happy it's going up because I still got money in Kaspa and I'm making my money off that anyways. But I'm hoping to see that crypto Kaspa will pump today on the daily as the FOMO's in, and then we'll see we'll probably see Kaspa might even just stop here. That seems to be a level of resistance right here around the 17 to 17.5 cents region, and then we'll see leading towards then we'll see some consolidation again for the next few days, and then we might see when the rate cuts are issued. Let's say it's issued 1st September, we then see that correction followed by consolidation, followed by a reversal, and probably quite a steep one, because now there'll be no, after the rate cuts, there won't really be any more major market sentiment that could drastically affect the crypto market. Besides the election in November, most other developments to my knowledge right now, again, something could just happen out of nowhere, we don't know, but as it stands right now, most other developments are all positive for crypto. It's just the rate cuts that will cause corrections, and the potentially who gets elected as well. So post September, post October, that's when I'm predicting to see some drastic rises in crypto and Kaspa in particular, with the Kaspa 20 then being out and most likely up and running fully, with Kraken most likely listing Kaspa by then as well, and then everything else that comes up for Kaspa after that as well. More exchange listings, maybe Binance announces something after this as well. It might be a bit too soon to say that, but we could. Again, I don't think it would be the most unwelcoming thing. Hit the like button, you wonderful Kaspa investors. Damn straight, Beavers have got me on point. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more, because I do these streams every single day. I will say now, and put it in my Discord server, that tomorrow I am going to be doing a stream very, very early, because I'm out on some, some business stuff all day. So I will be doing my stream at 9 a.m. GBT, which to my knowledge calculates to 5 a.m. EST, I apologize, which then also means that is 2 a.m. PT, very early again for those American viewers. But then for Australia, for my Australian viewers, that will make it roughly 4:30 p.m. I believe. So again, I apologize, it's going to be really, really early, but I figured I must well get a live stream out for you. If you can stream in and tune in, great. If not, then you can rewatch it and catch up on everything we talked about, whatever the news is tomorrow. But I figured I have to still make a stream. I've been doing the streams every single day for 23 days. I don't want to stop yet. I don't plan to stop yet. So I will continue to do it every single day. And if you enjoy the streams, again, leave a like. And if you want, to know more about the crypto space and what's incoming, then please feel free to join my free Discord server. I've linked it in the chat again. And we have learned a lot in there already, and we're learning so much more. We've been able to call some of these market sentiments. And right now, all of us are, talking about it right now, preparing for what could be another correction. And then if that happens, we'll then talk about where we think it's going to go to and where we might try and pick up some more Kaspa. The 2018 bear was way worse than this bear. People are honestly forgetting the previous dips. I mean, the 2018 bear, I wasn't 2018 bear, I was aware of crypto, but I wasn't in crypto in 2018 bear. I mean, we can look at it from Bitcoin's perspective to I guess make that comparison. We can see from 2018 round here, it was all-time high to its all-time low. We saw a correction of 83.84%. So that's a very significant dip. It went from 19 to 3k, and then we look at it from 2021 when it was at 69k. Is that even? No, wait. Yeah, 69k. Yeah, 69k. So in that regard, yes, the 2018 bear was worse. Percentage-wise, it was worse, because that was 77-78% correction. It came down to 15k from 69k. So in that regard, yes, you're completely right. It was worse. So I will revoke that statement, but I will double down on the fact that the correction was still quite severe, and it did cause a lot of panic in the investors. And also keep in mind as well, around this time is when we started finally getting news about institutions getting a look into crypto. Bitcoin may have dipped further, but around early 2023, we started hearing the likes of BlackRock and Vanguard started talking, and JP Morgan, all of them. JP Morgan was still very, very, fudding Bitcoin. I still remember Jamie Dimon talking at the Davos events time and time again about how bad Bitcoin is as used for Ponzi schemes and whatnot. But around early 2023 is when we started hearing the institutions start talking a little bit about crypto. So that might have stemmed the bleeding a little bit. But again, it wasn't as bad as 2018, but it was still a severe correction. A crash in that regard. Well, actually, no, not a crash. A crash happens instantly. So yeah, severe correction over time. And obviously now we're in a predicament where we're at, 74k. And we're currently down about 20% from its all-time high. Oh no, a bit above that right now. We're down roughly 17% from its all-time high, recent one. So, and I think we'll start seeing Bitcoin retest that all-time high. I want to say October to November time. We'll probably start seeing retest that again. And yay, today I swapped 80.7 XRP to 283.6 Kaspa. I mean, I think that's a good bet right now. Kaspa obviously seems to be going up a little bit. I know you've been buying Kaspa every single stream. Don't know how you do it. But yeah, that's very, very big. I personally hold a small bag in XRP because I do believe there will be a reversal. I think there will be a pump for XRP in this market. The lawsuit seems to be concluded pretty much. The SEC can still appeal it, which could always be a possibility. With Gary Gensler in charge, who knows what he will do. But ultimately, I don't think they can do anything else about it. XRP has seemingly won in the court of public opinion. And I think therefore we will start seeing. I've been seeing some news regarding Ripple and XRP recently as well about their connections to Bank of America, JP Morgan, and whatnot. So I'm holding a small bag just in case, hedging my bets in case it is a reversal. In my opinion, I think a 0.25 rate cut would be better for markets. A 0.5 better would be able to spook the markets. I think there was a post I saw. I think I covered this in a previous stream as well. Let me see if I can find it quickly. I think I spoke about it yesterday, so it shouldn't be too far. Or maybe the day before. Yeah, here it was. So just in the Fed Reserve to cut rate 3 times the total of 0.75% this year, according to Reuters. So we could see 3 cases of 0.25, which if that was the case, then that might be better for markets. But again, now we're seeing, people talk about the potential for seeing inflation heading to 2%, or inflation heading to 3. Markets believe the Fed will that the Fed will fund rates at the end of next year will be 3%, and it's currently at 8.3. So if it was doing it at 0.25, then that would have to be constant rate cuts. So I think it's more likely we'll see a bit more aggressive, if that is the case, and people are right about that. But I have to wait and see, of course. One for Gary Network. I will look at it. I'm pretty sure I've looked at it multiple times now. I'm pretty sure I looked at it multiple times, but I just look at it every single stream someone asks anyways, just to do it for you. I think I have spoke about this. So right now down 99.27%. It's down heavily. Volume is at 2 million. Market cap's at 3.1 million, so it's a micro cap by all sense. Anything under 100 million is a micro cap. Exchange block wise, it's got OKX, Kraken, so it's got some decent exchanges. Crypto.com, it's got some big centralized exchanges, which is good. But I mean, right now I don't know much about the project, and just based on that alone, I don't. It does worry me. I'm pretty sure I was informed by a member of my community. I'm not sure who it was. I was informed by a member of my community that I think actually no, it might have been Velo. I think Bingo Bango mentioned Velo. But yeah, Gary is one that unless, again, if you want to inform me more about it, disclosure, then by all means, let me know my Discord server. I've linked it and you will turn in the chat. But right now, just from that alone, this is a project that I'm not optimistic about. I'm very skeptical about, and because of how small the project is, the volumes, is not the worst. It's not great though, but because of how small the project is, there's a possibility that when the bull market starts, it might miss it. That's the problem with microcaps. Microcaps have the potential to make the most volatile gains, 100 and 200 X's, but because they're microcaps, they always have the possibility to miss that bull market. They miss the bull run because they just don't catch the liquidity. The rate hikes the Fed implement over the past couple of years were the fastest hikes in history, in my opinion. A 0.25 rate cut would be a welcome relief. Yeah, I mean, ridiculously high. The fact that it's at 5.3% is ridiculous. They kept hiking rates more and more and more. I'm not sure how. We have to wait and see. Ultimately, the decision that comes from Jerome Powell about how severe the rate cuts are will be a signal, a sign to seeing effectively where the markets will go to. They say 0.25, we might see some further bullish price movement. If they say 0.5 or even more, I think we might see some heavy corrections. Being all in on Kaspa, we appreciate your efforts being the Kaspa community informed. Thank you very much, Thomas. Yeah, again, I'm also just bullish on crypto. Obviously, I talk about Kaspa because Kaspa for me is the most bullish project in this space, and I love what it's doing. And everything there, all the shortcomings that Kaspa have, there are very few shortcomings that Kaspa have, but they're going to be solved by the likes of KRC20 and KII. And I thoroughly enjoy talking about Kaspa, and again, being in this space right now, before the crypto bull market, I'm so very bullish on the sheer amount of wealth that we could attain. So I'm very, very happy, and I equally love keeping you guys informed, keeping myself up to date as well. It helps me build my knowledge when I keep talking about it, because the more I talk about this, the more it goes into my head, so I can then just think about it off the dome. Can your lives change in one bull run? Yes, definitely, most definitely. Life can, it definitely can. I think this bull market of all bull markets is probably the best time for your life to change, because institutional investment's here, so we can see the most volatile bull market yet. It's definitely possible. But again, ultimately, with crypto being a very rapidly growing asset class, if you're in this bull cycle now and you're here for the next 3, provided in the right community, the right assets, I think you will be financially free. That's my hope, is just to be in crypto now until I'm, in my late, 50s, 60s or whatever, and just be financially free. Just live on my investments. Did you check out Off the Grid? No, I didn't, but I will do that now. Off the Grid. I do not see that. So not being on CoinMarketCap is a bit of a concern. It is a decentralized. It's on DApp radar. So it's a blockchain. I figured it's a blockchain game. Just quickly loading it up right now. Okay, so I think this looks all good here. So this is Off the Grid from the looks of it. It's OTC. It's a cyberpunk style battle royale third-person shooter that aims to involve the genre through the stronger emphasis on narrative and professional. From the pictures alone, that it does. That looks like Captain Price to me. I'm not gonna lie. If the picture alone, that looks like Captain Price to me almost. If those remember the Call of Duty, those OGs remember that. Also like Captain Price, which looks quite sick. But yeah, Off the Grid. Much as it looks decent, it looks like Avalanche. It looks like on the Avalanche chain of some sorts, or connected to Avalanche. Coming soon to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series. That is actually pretty cool. Then that's pretty cool. So Off the Grid seems to be obviously a blockchain crypto based game. And it's coming to PlayStation 5 and Xbox. So that's actually very, very big to hear. That it's coming to the mainstream platforms. And even though consoles aren't as big anymore, PC gaming is overtaken, but it's still very, very good to see that. So that is good, but I would like to see Off the Grid. I'd like to see more attention. Evidently it's very, very small. I want to see more attention drawn to Off the Grid before, I something I'll keep in the back of my mind. I'll remember it. And I'll like save it on or something, but I would like to see more in regard to it as well. Can you look at the Jump token? That's where I take profit and put into Kaspa. Jump token. I can most certainly do that for you, Andy. Jump. You mean Jump coin? I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm guessing you mean Jump coin. I'm hoping you meant Jump coin, or at least I think you did. It's got nothing on CoinMarketCap, which is a bit. I'm not. Therefore, I can't judge what the project's really about. That's where I take profits to put into Kaspa. I don't. I could probably find it on CoinGecko. Maybe I'll have a quick look at CoinGecko and see if that brings up anything about Jump. But otherwise, then. Typically, there's Jump token. So it is on CoinGecko. Market cap of almost 15.5 million. It has got a 19,000 24-hour trading volume. Max supply is 100 million. Total supply 30 million. Exchange-wise, PancakeSwap. If you're saying that this is where you make your profit and you put it into Kaspa, then by all means go for it. I think, just looking like that, it's not a project that I'd hold, because again, it got very little exchanges. It must either, I'm not sure if it's a new project or just not a popular project, but either way, it's got very, very few, no centralized exchanges really. I would like to see some if it was to do a project that had something decent with it, but if you're flipping this project to put it into Kaspa, then probably a good shout. Also, Karat announces their split. Savings making is not exactly deflationary, but it does help a lot, and it's reflected in its chart at the moment. Okay, again, they are having tests on PS5 right now, and Xbox soon as well. Yeah, well, from that alone, it did look like it was. It does look it's quite cool to see that, blockchain gaming, so to speak, is actually going on to mainstream platforms, like mainstream gaming consoles. So that's good to see, and I hope it continues that way. And that therefore means that the gap, so to speak, between Web 2 and Web 3 gaming seems to be getting closer and closer. And once Web 3 gaming properly takes over in terms of quality, and therefore people actually accept it, and therefore they get into the crypto side of things. Because the problem right now with crypto gaming is also the fact that the gaming, the investors, the games aren't as good in quality wise and like everything else like that right now, but also because those games which are deemed to have potential, it was so hard to get those Web 2 users to onboard onto Web 3 because the process was so complicated to set up a wallet and everything like that. They made it too complicated. So what they've been trying to do as well, from my knowledge in the Web 3 marketplace, they've been trying to find a way to make the integration so seamless that it effectively is like it takes 2 clicks and it's nothing. So if the Web 3 gaming platform stuff, they can actually start like the likes of Miria, Gala, GFAL, Vulcan Forge, Nakama, if they can actually just create a way to just seamlessly get Web 2 game. They make games that are good as Web 2 and then get those people to seamlessly create a Web 3 application and then just get them to just give them like little sprinkles of information here and there to get them more intrigued in it, then Web 3 gaming will take off. I'm very confident in that. And that's when I'll see these projects do insane games and detach from the market, make their own marketplace. Like gaming projects for me are one of my most optimistic sectors, niches in crypto. 200k Kaspa, a bag of meme coins, different strategies I'm going to implement in the heap of the bull run. I'm guaranteed to make at least $1 million. My man, I wish you the best. Congratulations. They had 30k players last weekend in the test. Again, that is very, very good. That is very, very good then. 30k players last weekend. That does seem very, very promising then. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I would be really, really happy if you're not up on my Discord server, then it's free to join it quickly and just inform our community about it, because it's like that's be something really, really good for all of us to know and learn more about, to get ahead of the game, to find these really small projects that have good potential and having, you know, a lot of successful tests going on. So yeah, that sounds incredible. And you meant jump task, JMPT. Okay, jump JMPT, jump rewards. Do you mean this one? I'm guessing you mean this one, because that's JMPT. It's the same tag. I mean, I'll look at it quickly on CoinGecko to make sure. I wish I put the night mode. That is so bright. JMPT. Same thing as the jump token there. I mean, either way, my point still stands as a token. If this is what you're using to make quick money and flip into Kaspa, then, and you can do it properly, then go for it. From what little I can see about it, it still seems quite like it's not a project that I would personally get into. But if you're able to flip it quickly, then and put it to Kaspa, and you're not holding it long term, then I mean, more power to you, my friend. I'm still here with my 8 million Kaspa waiting for my life to be changed. Yeah, Redeem, stop rubbing it in, man. Stop rubbing it in. We'd all love to have 8 million Kaspa. Yeah, your life will almost definitely change. There's no doubt about it. Bro, hamster combat and dogs. Dogs. Right, let's look at dogs, shall we? There's so many dogs. So, don't know which one you're referring to. Hamster combat. It has no information on CoinMarketCap, so I can't really make an opinion on that. Obviously, yeah, it looks like it's a Web3 game of sorts. I'll quickly jump on CoinGecko. I won't do this in the future because, again, CoinMarketCap, if it's on CoinMarketCap, it's normally a better thing. Obviously, I remember Kaspa had its complications as well when it was on CoinMarketCap, but it wasn't actually updated on there. But CoinMarketCap is like the one directly linked to like Coinbase. So if CoinMarketCap has got it, then it's normally very, very good. If not CoinMarketCap, then it's a bit, bit iffy. And this is just, I don't even know what I'm looking at. So this is I don't really know what opinion to make on this project. Either it's very, very early into its cycle. It actually is. It looks like it's launched. Yeah, it's launched very, very recently. I don't even know how recently. It's July. Okay, well, yeah, I'm not so sure about Hamster Combat, my man. I'm not so sure. Again, if you want to let me know more, let me know my Discord server. It's on the screen right now. It's in the chat. It's in the Discord. It's in the description and also on my homepage. And let me know more about it, because if I can find more information about it, then I'm more have to do more research on it. But just based on this quick research, I can't make an opinion on it. And it just looks like a project that is worth getting into just from that alone. I'll be more happy to see Kaspa top out. I mean, yeah, you've got 8 million though, so it doesn't matter if Kaspa goes to $1, $1.50, you've made $8 million, if not, $12 million. So it doesn't matter how high it goes. You're already rich. Like, you're calm, man. Also, latest news on so I saw that on so Sonium is the layer 2 for Sony got announced today. Yeah, I saw about that. That it is very, very good to see that we're now starting to see a active shift with the Web 2 platforms. The one that I was very aware of, back from last year, like mid, if not early 2023, was the companies like Ubisoft getting heavily involved in crypto projects. But now we're seeing Sony jump in and they're making layer 2 platforms as well. We're seeing other projects as well in the gaming sector, other gaming industries getting involved in the blockchain applications as well. And eventually we'll see these projects take off. I mean, again, some of these institutions, some of these gaming projects have industry experts are part of their project. That's not to say they're going to do well, just saying they have a good team behind them. I know GFAL has a team from Activision and Blizzard, and I think there are people who work for FIFA as well, all that stuff as well. So gaming is a side thing that I'm very optimistic about, but I just know the time for it's not right. So I'm not getting into crypto properly. I'm not getting into gaming crypto properly just yet because I just know the timing for it's not right. But I will be very, very shortly. But ultimately, at the same time, my biggest bag by far is in Kaspa, because I know what Kaspa is going to be bringing to us with the imminent launches of KRC20, 10 BPS, exchange listings, the meme coins coming on the KRC20, the stable coins are going to be coming for Kaspa as well, the Ethereum roll up, everything. Like it's too much coming for Kaspa for me not to be bullish on this project. So we'll see where it goes very, very shortly with Kaspa. The rate cuts, again, I'm going to be talking about it in my Discord server at a later time, as well as with my whole community and everything like that, and talking it on the streams as well to talk about where these rate cuts could lead us. And this is also very, very good to see that Binance are actively interacting with Kaspa. I want to remind those watching as well that in this live space, in this X live, that was from Billy Goat's Tales, you had the likes of Wolfie there as well, who obviously was a part of the Binance thing here, Wolfie down here. He was speaking at this in this live. He spoke about it in the 30-minute mark. He was speaking about how they'd been talking to the top exchanges for months and months and months. So they've been connected for a very, very long time. And now we're going to start seeing the developments happening very, very soon. And obviously Kraken's made a confirmation already. Binance seems to be gearing up as well. I don't think it'll be long until we see the likes of Coinbase and OKX jump over as well, which would be very, very good to see. Institutions are here. We're going to see a lot of adoption coming through very, very shortly. And that's why, again, I'm so bullish on what's happening with Kaspa right now, and the crypto space is about to turn tail. I'm very confident in that. Dog on BRC20. Okay, well, I have not heard of Dog. I'm not on the. I don't use BRC20 very often. That is changing. I'll be honest. I am starting to look into like the project actually on the exchanges, especially with Kaspa's coming out. I want to know more about it. But ultimately, right now, I'm looking at the big projects. Like I know I've been on some of the other protocols. I've been on other blockchains, stuff like that. But ultimately, I just stay on the big ones. So I haven't looked at Dog or BRC20. So if it's something that you think is it sounds like a meme token, and I'm personally not too well versed with meme tokens. I kind of stay away from them right now because I think they're very, very risky. Not saying they're bad, but they are good ways to make quick money. But I stay away from them because I like the safety that I get with just kind of investing in the big projects, or the projects that I have confidence are going to do well. Meme tokens have no utility, no use case, so I'm very cautious of them. That's what I say I won't do change in the future. I'm sure in this bull market I will start investing in meme tokens to make quick money to then put into Kaspa. I'm just trying to pay something off in this cycle and retire early next cycle. Yeah, I mean that's kind of the same thing I'm at as well. I just want to pay off all my debts, everything that I have, just pay it all off in the cycle, and then maybe go traveling a little bit while still making content for you guys, of course, because I do enjoy contacting everyone here. And then next cycle will be when I retire, and I just fill my bag up every time I can. I think GFI will do well, and potential rolling earnings to Kaspa. I'll look at GFI. I'll look at GFI real quick, and I'm also going to confirm it's just been over an hour in streaming, so I'm going to be wrapping up very, very shortly. I apologize for the complete mess of a start at the beginning of the stream, but hopefully tomorrow will be better. Well, tomorrow's going to be much earlier though. It's just a reminder for everyone. So I have looked at this, I think, Goldfish before as well. That's 60% from its all time. I think from looking at this, I was like, okay, so it's got Coinbase, it's got some other centralized exchanges, so it looks okay in that regard, but it's got very few exchanges all in all. The big one, Coinbase, of course, and then it's got GateMexi, BitGet, BingX, Gates, CoinX. So it's got some exchanges. Market cap still micro, volume very small, circulating supply. Like that for me, I think I don't know enough about the project for me to make a prediction on that. It looks like it's something that I'm speculative about. I'm a bit worried by looking at that, so I can't say much about it right now. But at the same time, if you think you can make money on it and you can roll that earnings into Kaspa, then more power to you. If you think I could do well, again, like I know you're part of the server, so by all means, if you have some information regarding to it, link it in the server and let us all, grow our knowledge with it. Kaspa for L1, Carrot, Gonzilla off the grid for gaming, Pepe bet for memes. That sounds like a good strategy, my friend. Honestly, it does. Dogs will be listed on 26th. Hamster Combat has almost 50 million players. That sounds pretty good then. It does sound pretty good if it's going to be listed on the 26th, so in 3 days' time on Hamster Combat. Then that might give it some more adoption and therefore increase its price. So, I mean, that does sound like a decent opportunity then. First me on Bitcoin. Oh, that's what Dogs is the first me on Bitcoin. Okay. Well, I should have heard about that. But again, I'm not too well versed in memes, so I just kind of... Obviously, I know the likes of Dogecoin because of Elon Musk and Pepe because everyone talks about it. And then I've heard about Brett and Turbo through the community, but haven't heard much about Dog. I have 200k Kaspa and I'll be satisfied if Kaspa reaches $2. Yeah. I think you are... Again, I think... Again, I've mentioned this before, and I think anyone who has over even just 10k or even just... I think it's even just 1k Kaspa. Like, as long as you have Kaspa right now, and as you have the ability to, build up your wealth in other means and, do your research, invest into projects, I think Kaspa's a good shout. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm working on other projects, other means. I'm building up side hustles and whatnot, and trying to put whatever capital I have into the crypto space. And my biggest portfolio is in Kaspa. But anyways, that is going to be it for the stream today. Thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed the stream, leave a like, share with your friends, subscribe for more. I apologize again for the late stream. I will hopefully not have a complete technical disaster like I will next time, or hopefully ever again. Reminder again, stream's going to be very, very early tomorrow. I'll put an announcement out on my Discord server. And if you want to join the Discord server, then feel free. It's on the screen right now. Discord server right here is free to join. And yeah, I'll guys be seeing you all early tomorrow. And Sunday we'll be hopefully back to normal times. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.